Dun 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 Wagwan fam, I'm King Ross, you're my loyal subjects. It's that time of the bastard week once again, where I take a look at all of the WTF moments from WWE SmackDown Live. A SmackDown Live that wasn't even f***ing live this week. It was taped and WWE didn't tell anyone about this. So at the start of the show, as those pictures from Twitter there suggest, half the arena didn't even f***ing turn up. What a f***ing mess. I realise it's 4 PM, therefore I can't really swear, otherwise my editor Dick Tubbs will be here until 10 PM this evening. So it's a no swearing zone from now on. Deal with it. Don't worry though, this video will still be peak WTF moments. I am a chicken connoisseur. Peng. Peak. Waxer. Achoo! Achoo! James Ellsworth pretending he's got a cold. His acting, it makes me want to do one thing. I push my fingers into my eyes! It's John o'clock, motherfuckers! Get in there! Wagwan! Fam! Peng! Top! Peak! Peng! Wagwan! JBL wishes James Ellsworth was dead. WTF 2 times! Twice! Not once, but twice during the duration of this week's WWE SmackDown Live. He wished that James Ellsworth would go to the hospital and never come back. If he never comes back, he dies in the hospital. What a cold, heartless bastard. Bastard. Bastidio, as the Spanish would say. Bastardo, as some other language would say. Bastard. We now move on to AJ Styles, and brace yourself for my Southern American accent, the moment where AJ Styles said, "It looks like he's come down with a case of chinfluenza." I push my fingers into my eyes. One WhatCulture sign was spotted at this week's WWE SmackDown Live that wasn't even bloody live. The sign that read, "New era, same old SHIT." Yes, this is a no swearing zone. Now, while watching last night's SmackDown Live, which wasn't really live, I thought to myself, where the bloody hell have I seen this sign before? The answer was Backlash this year. There's that picture of Shane McMahon and that sign. In the same picture, Shane McMahon representing everything that's wrong with the new era being the same old bollocks, because he makes the calls. He's the general manager. He provides the old poo in the new era. Ba-ba-ba. So that what creature, that dirty, filthy, stinking, disgusting mark with that sign was at Backlash, and then returned to a WWE show with that same sign for last night's WWE SmackDown Live, which wasn't even live. I suppose you could say, return of the mark. Once again, return of the mark. But no, it's John o'clock again, motherfuckers. He's up the bloody double. Pang, pang, bang, bang. Get this right, JBL Jibble, as we'll now affectionately know him as, said discretion is the better part, the better Bart, the better blot, the better part of valor. Now, those of you who watch this week's WWE Raw will know that this is the exact line, the exact written line, the exact scripted line that Mick Foley used live on Raw. WTF. JBL, I suppose you could call him, is a keep cop copycat. Yes! T-shirt, merch, ducats, power. Sick guy. I'm just a sick guy. But there's me thinking that SmackDown and Raw have 2 separate writing teams, but there they are, copying each other. Keep copycats. Merch. Ducats, power. SmackDown Live, whoever makes these sort of decisions, you had one job to do and you made a massive bloody mess of it. One of the commentary team had to be cast aside so Nikki Bella could join the desk on guest commentary, and they picked Tom Phillips over David Otunga. Why would you do that? That is the biggest WTF moment of 2016 so far. It's not like, but you know, it's pretty flippin' sizable. Tom, as we all know, good commentator, more of a play-by-play than a colour guy, but a good commentator nonetheless. David Otunga, an oxygen-stealing, dead behind the eyes, shocking clobber wearing fake law school bollock. Richard, here's shit. Bleep that, please. Why did they pick him to stay when he didn't contribute anything in the... It's John o'clock, mother! Mauro Ranallo says that Natalya is vehemently denying the charges labelled at her by Carmella, you know, that she was the one to attack Nikki Bella. And then John piped up and said she has two things that go against her in this whole scenario. The fact that, one, she's Canadian, and two, she's a heart. Wagwan with that reasoning. Wagwan, what is going on with that reasoning? First of all, I thought WWE and the Hart family had buried the hatchet after the screw job with a handshake with Shawn Michaels, all that malarkey. He's been back on television this year, even though he shouldn't really have been because he looked like he couldn't bloody walk. Anyway, they did that anyway. All goodwill between good men in the festive season or something or other. Comments like this make that look like a load of bollocks and just, yeah, they're burying the Harts even though they have no reason to. And the fact that she's Canadian, John, well, I suppose it's all right for the likes of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho to be Canadian and be scoundrels at the same time. But what about Natalya? Why is it wrong for her to be Canadian and a scoundrel at the same time? What's good for the geese is good for the gander, John. The goose being Natalya and the gander being other Canadians. Or the goose being other Canadians and the gander being Natalya. But Natalya is singular, so she had to be the goose. The gander. It's John o'clock again! Pang! Peek! While speaking to Nikki Bella, John said it was all a ruse by Nikki and that she was scared to be the captain of Team Raw at Survivor Series. Yes, that's right. Even though we all know that Nikki Bella is a SmackDown women's roster member, JBL is a SmackDown commentator. They both appear on SmackDown every bloody week of the year. They both wear blue from time to time. Nikki doesn't wear blue. But you know what I mean? Figuratively, they both wear blue, the SmackDown blue. Everything's blue, dabba-dee-dabba-die. But John still f***ed it up. That means one thing. He's Darius. He's colourblind. Darius, colourblind. Google it. Absolute anthem. And in riposte to all these conspiracy theories from John, Nikki asked him, what the flip has he been smoking? She didn't swear. I don't know why I've just thrown that in there. She asked John what he's been smoking live on air. Now, I don't know about you, but for a PG show, this is a bit wrong, isn't it? That's how people from the Northeast say wrong. Wrong. I know we've seen New Day this year when they were in Denver, where the ganja, the Sweet Mary Jane, the bloody bifters, they're all legal, bringing up 420, etc., time and time again. But to my knowledge, I've done no research for this, so I could be completely wrong. In Washington, D.C., where last night's WWE SmackDown Almost Live was, it's not. So she shouldn't have been bringing it up. It wasn't funny. It's just like, drug use, bringing up drugs on TV, on a PG show. I've not really thought this point through. Once again, just like yesterday, I pushed my fingers into my eyes at my own WTF Moment video. They're bad, aren't they? Horrible. Worst thing on the internet, apart from Jack the Jobber. Hey! We have that big man there. I don't know what his bloody name is. My life will not change either way. He asked the Miz which planet he got that suit from. Was it from Uranus? He asked. Oh dear. I pushed my fingers into my eyes. The eyes are getting a bit sore now, you know. Wagwan fam, here was a direct quote from Mauro Ranallo. If Aiden English were to have both feet touch the floor after being thrown over the top rope, that would indeed bounce the Ascension out of the Battle Royal. He's a vaudevillain fam. Mauro, you ain't peng, you ain't peak. What's the opposite of peng, Richard? You hipster. You are a batty boy, Mauro. Batty boy. I should just clarify before some of you get triggered for absolutely no fucking reason. Ali G, in the house, great film. Batty boy. That's where it comes from. It's not wrong or We now have Alexa Bliss, who looked down the camera to tell the cameraman, you better not ring that bell. You know, with those great facial, she pulls endlessly. The muscles in her face must be bloody tired all the pissing time because she's Aye! Cameraman doesn't ring the bell man rings the bell. Simples. Cameraman operates the camera, bellman rings the bell. She's got mixed up there, but we all make mistakes, don't we? And we end this week's WWE SmackDown Almost Live WTF Moments video with Becky Lynch, who for the 4th week in a row since all those horrible clickbaity website headlines sprouted out of Twitter and the internet, claiming that Kevin Dunn didn't like her Irish tone, therefore she couldn't cut promos anymore on WWE SmackDown Almost Live, cutting a promo on WWE Almost Live SmackDown. I don't know what the I'm saying. I swore, I don't care. Becky Lynch cut a promo for what I think was the 4th week in a row, even though those articles told me, and you, and the rest of the bloody world, that you couldn't do it anymore because Kevin Dunn didn't like her Irish tone. Therefore, you won't be seeing any more of these moments in these videos, and therefore this wonderful Irish accent that I can put on won't be making an appearance anymore. And that makes me very sad, so I'm going to do this for a long time now, just because I know I can't do it anymore. Shall we go down to the pub for some Guinness with a bit of shamrock and dip Hornswoggle's head in the pint of Guinness, then lick it dry? Shall we do that and go around to Seamus's dad's and then lick some potatoes and then shove the potatoes up Hornswoggle's arse? Shall we do that? Feck, bugger, brick, I love my brick. Shall we go down to the local chapel to see Father Ted and do some preaching with Ted Crilly and Father Dougal Maguire and Father Jack Hackett? No, we won't, because 2 of those 3 people I've mentioned are dead. And that's it for the WTF Moments from what was an almost live WWE SmackDown Live. I've been King Ross, you've been my lost subjects, and I'll see you soon for some WCPW and some classic WTF Moments. Wagwan there, fam, wagwan there. Those 2 vids are peak, they're peng, they're all those things. Bye.